All right, team. So with our setup, all we need, we're using a Bosu because we're doing some moves that you generally, if you have a Bosu and you don't know how to use it creatively, we'll kind of use some different skill sets with that. But if you don't have one, you can do most of the moves we do without it. So again, we're just going to improvise. I'll show you both. But we get right into the movement today so that we can take advantage of our time. Starting out nice, easy jumping jacks. So as we warm up, you can do those heel digs, that heel hop, those full jacks. Get a little more music. Last 8. In 4. Now tap your Bosu right to left. Squeezing your glutes, pulling the abs in, shoulders step right over the hips. We have 8. Last 4. And jumping jacks out and in for 8. Same thing, low impact. 4. Tap your Bosu. Abs are tight, glutes are tight. Jumping jacks for 8. 6. In 4. Now climb up on top of your Bosu, squat down and up. So as we come down and up, our abdominals are strong, our glutes are strong. 4. In 3, 2. Now down 2, up 2. So we come down slow and lift. Down slow and lift. Every time you come up, come all the way up. Squeeze your glutes and press your hips forward. Pulse down 3. So we go 3, 2, 1, and squeeze. 3, 2. Now, depending on your balance, if you have your feet closer together, that's going to be a little bit less stable. So you could take your feet a little bit wider for more stability. Last 2. 1 more. And singles down and up for 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. One more time. Pulse down 3. So we go 3, 2, 1. Lift up. 3, 2. On your pulse, see if you can go a little bit lower each time. 4 more, just like that. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze and lift. 3, 2 more. Last 1. And singles down and up, and we come off. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Then we come in front of the Bosu. Last 2 and 1. Now on the floor, you either squat down and up here, or you take it all the way down to your Bosu, all the way up. Drop it all the way down and all the way up. So that is optional. If your Bosu is really low to the ground and that feels too hard to get back up, then you would just squat in front of it instead. Last 4. Strong legs. 3. Last 2. Now we're going to sit down. Now everyone comes on top of the Bosu and lean back. So we roll up, roll back. Now from here, starting the clock, first of our movements, you can do the same thing on the floor. So if you don't have a Bosu, you would do this on the ground. And then if you have a Bosu, the farther back you go, the harder it's going to be. The farther forward you go, the easier. So if I bring my hips forward, less gravity load. If I take my hips back, more gravity load. So we have 30 seconds on the clock as we go from position to position. This one is going to be that crunch center and then back to those squats. Now team, you get to choose. You can squat on top of your Bosu, you can sit, stand, or you could squat on the floor. Both are good. Squeeze your bottom when you come up. Strong legs. 10 little seconds. Last 5. All right, friends, pick your position, come down and crunch, lift and lower. Round 2 out of 3. So each time we come into that movement, see if you can contract a little bit tighter, a little bit stronger. Abs. And squats or sit to stand. Bottom of the second. Using your strong legs to come down and back up intentionally. So it's that slowing your descent that's going to give us that nice benefit of the strength of the legs. 8 seconds. And crunch center, final set. Ooh. I thought I heard you. Pull in tighter, stronger. All right, team, squat or sit to stand last time. Ooh. Did somebody? Just a second, buddy. Now from here, we're going to go right into our right leg back, or right leg forward. So when you come into that, you'll step back behind your Bosu so that we can go linear agility right foot. In 5. All right, hit it. So you come back behind it, right foot forward. Now we go right from that right foot forward to a reverse lunge on that Bosu. Pump the arms, squeeze your left glute. Linear agility right into power movement. If I wanted to keep this low impact, I could hold my weights the whole time. Keep them in my hand for the lunges. So now you take that right foot back and then you lunge and reverse. Watch that you're coming down here and you're not leaning forward here. So you drop that right knee low. Elevated leg on that back side, a little bit stronger glute contraction. We got such a great leg week this week already. Woo. Right foot forward, round 2. Linear agility, second set. Again, good, better, best with that concept. So you want to think each round, we want to see if we can level up a little bit. Arms are pumping. See if you can stand just a little bit taller. All right, team, hit it. Back it up. Ooh, reverse lunge. Lean back into your Bosu, team. Your body's going to want to lean forward. Send your weight back towards your Bosu. And take it forward. 3 of 3, friends. Get it, team. Woo. See if you can move just a little bigger, a little tighter, or a little faster. Now coming into that final of that reverse lunge, everything's strong and tight. You take that right leg back, lean into that back leg. So every time you come up, you're squeezing this right glute. Press it. From here we come back to some crunches. This time we go up, bend to the right, center, and down. So if you don't have a Bosu, you can do that same thing on the ground. All right, team. So on your Bosu, we lift up, bend it right, center, and down. Lift, bend, center, So this next one is a core challenge. You have lateral flexion into rotation. I could lay flat on the floor and do the same thing. If I have a fitness ball, I could do it on top of that. Now transition, lift, twist, center, and down. Lift, twist, and down. If your abs aren't starting to feel warm yet, you want to walk a little bit farther back on your Bosu or lift a little higher into that crunch. Bum, 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 bum. All right, team, round 2, lift and bend. Woo. So same concept, picture each round you get just a little bit more intentional, strong and tight. Cinch it, cinch it. Stronger, tighter. Bottom of the second, lift and turn. So now that we're over halfway into the work for that right side, the abdominals should be warm. If they're not, we want to make a change. That could be as simple as driving the navel deeper towards the spine, pressing your ribs firmer into that Bosu or mat as you come up. Strong. All right, team. Now final set, lift and bend to the side, lateral flexion. We lift up, hold up, hold up, hold up, and then come back. Lift, hold, hold, and down. I'll never fall in love. All right, friends, finish it, lift and turn. So we lift, twist, lift, twist. You're trying to bring your left side all the way over to the right. Lift, big twist. When we pop up, left foot forward. So it's that same concept on the other side. One more team. All right, go ahead and bring it up. Linear agility, left foot forward. So now we're on the other side. You go left foot forward into that reverse lunge. Arms are pumping, abs are tight. We squeeze that right glute to help increase the intensity not only for the heart and the lungs, but for the muscle as well. Now you take that left leg, place it on top of your obstacle, and then drop into that lunge. Same thing when we come into that, the body will naturally come forward. You want to think lean back into the Bosu. That'll get your glutes to tighten as you come into that reverse lunge. Lengthening your hip flexor. Chest is stacked over that hip. Round 2, team. Left foot forward. Squeeze your glute, abs, and then lift your heart. All right, 10 little seconds. Pump it up, pump it up. So when we know that we have that constant evolution changing from cardio to strength, when we're in each set and lunge it, you can increase your intensity and really go for it. All out because you know it's so short. Bring it back. Heart is tall. The Bosu is loaded, so your weight is back here. Now, third and final, best of 3 team, find your 100%. Lift, Your body's so strong. Halfway. Stronger, tighter, come on, go for it. So short. 5. And reverse it. Up ahead team, obliques on the other side. Now we're going to do most of our weight work standing on the bubble side because later we have a whole set that we're going to do on the flat side. Again, you're using the floor as your obstacle. And lift and bend to the left. Lift, bend, center, and down. Then you would do the same on the floor as we're doing on the Bosu. We'll just flip and change our stability work. So lateral flexion, you're bringing your left rib down towards your left hip, side bend and back. Now you lift and rotate, bringing your right shoulder over to your left hip. Twist. Bottom of the first. As we approach round 2, see how you can intensify. Again, our goal, we want to overload our abdominals. Lift and bend. Close the gap, rib to hip, rib to hip. Nothing. And lift and rotate, bottom of the second. Draw your right ribs over to the left. See how high you can lift, team. So you lift it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, then drop it. Tight, tight, tight. And lift and bend. All right, friends, last one, everything you got. See if you can lift just a little bit higher and pull the navel in just a little bit tighter. Now turn, lift, rotate. Scoop, hollow, tight. Knowing it's your last one, go for it, team. This one. And pop it up. Now we have a full 1 by 1 here. You're going to take, and we're going to hit this Monday as well. You're going to take your right foot side 30 seconds, then left foot across 30 seconds, then we pick up our weights, come on top of our Bosu for some strength work. Now, we'll revisit our 1 minute by 1 minute concept on Monday night next week. But for tonight, or for today, I want you to think about in that position, whether you're in your cardio and cross it over, or in your strength. If you wanted to do one or the other, you could stay here and do 2 rounds of this. Or when we come into our weight work, you're going to stand on top, a set of curls, to a set of front raises, and then we'll come back to this. You can superset either one. All right, team, 8 seconds, go for it. Stronger, tighter, push. And pick up your weight. Woo! Up on top, balance work, curl it. Cinch your glutes, press your hips forward. Feel so control the up, control the down. So we still have 3 rounds. This time we break it up a little bit different. 1 minute in our agility work, 1 minute in our strength work. Back and forth. And front raise, control. I could alternate. I could go smaller. Find what serves you today. 15 seconds. Feel so holy. So standing on something unstable, whether that's a Bosu, some might have a balance, those balance discs, and then right leg side, hit it. So if I wanted to stay and do weights only, that's cool. You could stay here. Again, I want you to get what you need out of your time today. I don't know. 5. Take it across. Right glute is so strong. Honor you. Alright, take 15 seconds, break away. 100%, go, go. 5. Feel so. Pick up your weights up top the Bosu and curl. Feel so. Abdominals and glutes work strong and tight together, contracting towards each other so that you have that nice tall posture. 10 seconds. Adjust your range of motion and your pace for what feels right for the weights you have and the length of your arms. Front raise. Control the down, control the down. You are so strong. Hang on to a team. 10 seconds. Then we're to our final loop, so when we get to that third final, everything you've got right from the start. Weights down, right leg side. Let's go. Woo. Cinch the left glute. The taller you stand, not only the more muscle you contract, but then when we walk away from our time together, whether that's live or whether that's later, you'll have better posture coming into the rest of your day. Take it across. So we want to train our body in the time we have to focus on our body for what we want it to do when we're done with our workout. So that tall posture, just as much for after as during. 15 seconds. Okay. Squeeze your right glute. 3, 2, and grab those weights. Curl it. You are so strong, control. So the Bosu is going to help us continue posture without that sway forward and back, because you'll feel like you're going to wobble off. If you don't have your Bosu, you want to make sure at the front raise that we're not throwing the weights and bringing them down, that you're holding that strong core control both on the up and the down. Halfway. So close. Go right into the other side, team. All right, weights down, left leg side. So we have that same attack 1 by 1. So you have 1 minute cardio, side curl to side raise. Then we come back to this. If you want to do the strength piece, go for it. Especially if your feet or your knees or your hips are fussy, you may want to choose to reduce the impact portion. Hold your weights here, or skip the agility and just superset the arms. Take that right leg across. Up, up, arms are cupping. That's going to help your obliques and your heart rate. Okay, 10. All right, friends, pick up your weight, side curl. On or off your Bosu. Sometimes, so that Bosu is helping to strengthen our feet, our ankles, our knees, and our hips because of the instability, but sometimes a little bit too much is too much. So you may want to come and do some of them on the floor, some of them on your Bosu, back and forth. Listen to your feet. Strong side curls. And side raise. Remember, same thing, I could alternate. I could bend my elbows right here, or both arms. We wrap this minute, then you go right back. Same concept, good, better, best. Make that second agility set just a little bit stronger than the first. Ba-dum-bum. 5. All right, friends, round 2, let's go. Weights down, left leg side. Squeeze your right glute. Halfway. Heart rate. You're bringing that up, level that up, so that when we go to our weights, you're at a higher calorie burn. 5. Take it across. Inner thighs, outer glutes. Crank it up a notch, team. Find your 100%. Let's go. 15 little seconds. Side curl up on deck. 5. And grab your glutes. Woo! All right, friends, side curl, let's go. Now let's work on that Bosu, or same exact thing on the floor. Watch that those glutes are tight so your hips are not tipped back here. We want to stand nice and tall in that side curl. And side raise, friends, hit it. We're to our bottom of the second, our final round up ahead, our best of 3. Halfway. 10 little seconds. Say thank you, arms. And switch, left leg side. Woo! Final. Stand tall. 100% the whole minute. 5. Come on down with me. And cross it. Knowing you're to your final. This is our last agility challenge. So with that final quick feet motion, I want you to break away. 15 seconds. What do you got? Go for it. Yeah. 5, 3, 2, side curl. Woo! I need you. Come on me. All right, team, give your legs a little pep talk. Now, if you're using a Bosu, you may want to take your Bosu close to a wall. I'll show you both. Even if you're doing one-legged work on the floor and side raise, you can use the wall to hold for support. Dance with me. 15. Everything contracted a little bit tighter when you're on something unstable. 5. And weights down. So with our Bosu, we're going to go double side down. You can bring it to a wall if you want. So then you have that opportunity to hold on to something for balance. And then from here, you step up top on your Bosu if you have one, single squat down and up. It'll have the words Bosu on the outer rim. You put your feet on those words, and that has your stability nice and strong. Now hold. Abs tight, chest up. Now I could do the same exact thing on the bubble. I could do the same exact thing on the floor. Our next one, we're going to rock the Bosu. You could do that, I'll show you, on the floor without it. So you can do it on the bubble, you can do it on the floor or here. 10 seconds. Strong superset for those legs, team. 5. Now hold your squat and you take it side to side. So we rock it right to left. Now my goal is always to tap the edge of the Bosu. But again, that's not where you start. You start small and then it gets bigger and you build trust. You can use your wall so it feels less scary. If I'm on the floor, I'm doing a lift of my right and a lift of my left, but I'm staying down low in that squat. Your foot stays flat, so check it out. You're not here pointing the toe. Keep your foot flat, toes pulled up, down and up, drop and lift. Round 2. Same thing on the bubble. Same thing flat side, same thing on the floor. Squeeze. When we come up, that all the way, that full extension makes a big difference. 5 little seconds. And hold. Scoop in. I need you, baby. So our first set, we're using 2 legs. We will get to a set where we're using just 1 leg on the top. Some find that easier, some find it harder. You will have more stability even though it's unstable with the foot on this flat side. But a wall helps a ton. Hold it, rock it. Ooh. Now if your shoes are slipping on your Bosu, you want to wipe off the bottom of your shoes and wipe off your Bosu. Any dust is going to make that a little less stable. You'll be able to go deeper into that rock if you have that nice strong grip surface on your shoe. And down and up. Woo. 3 of 3. Now, there's a whole set where we sit, most of you have done this with me, where you sit on the bubble side of the Bosu and you swivel your hips and you're circling to the right and circling the Bosu to the left. We don't have time for that and pull. But if you have a Bosu, just in case you have forgotten about that move, it's so good for your core. And anyone who has a Bosu that hasn't done that with me, that if that doesn't make sense, shoot me a text or an email. We'll go over that. It's so easy to facilitate on your Bosu, and it's so good for you. We'll hit that the next time. And hold down and take it side to side. Rock it. So you keep your legs down. Again, strengthening your feet, your ankles, your knees, lateral strength for the joints. Ooh, ooh. 10. I'm a dangerous man with some money in my pocket. Wipe that with your face. Now, come on down, team. Mountain climbers. Here. So you're on the unstable surface of the Bosu, or you could be intentionally on the floor, even if you have a Bosu option. 10. 5. All right, team plank, rock it. Now, if I don't have a Bosu, I'm lifting right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand. I can do that on my knees or my toes, your way. Woo. Same thing, see if you can take your Bosu all the way end to end. And mountain climbers. Woo. Round 2, level up, increase your intensity. So you want to increase the blood circulation here. 15. 5. Rock it. Shoulders. I could make that smaller. I could also do that here on my elbows. So lots of different ways to work through it, you guys. Woo. And mountain climbers. So strong. Find your 100% team. Your arms should be getting hot. 10. 5. Rock it. Now, we were going to do a whole set where we jump carefully and burping carefully using this flat side. But I decided since I can't see you and spot you, we're not going to do that. But there are so many different plyo movements. We're going to modify a little bit today. But just know that if you go slow as you investigate and experiment on your Bosu, and flip it over. Now, seated position, team, and take the arms, reach them up. So, you're leaning back as you lift. The one who, right into dips, friends. Abs are so strong. The one who, and weights down, dip it down up. Now I could choose instead to hold my weights here, to kick it back here. Find what is best for your body and then go from there. Then we reverse mountain climb. So you can always choose to come up and scissor, I'll show both. 5. If your arms are really tired, so wait, so we flip it, and you're here. Again, that's going to load my arms, and so if I don't want that, I'd scissor up here. I can use the arms to circulate the blood a little bit more. Woo. Never. 10. 5. And sit it down, press it up, narrow. From that, you want to lean back to load your abs. 5. Tricep dips, your weight team. That can be, again, off a bench, off a stair in your home, or use those kickbacks or overhead to overload the backs of the arm. 10 seconds. 5. And here we go, climbers. Scissor up tall if you want. Abs. Halfway. 8. And last set, team. 3 of 3. Woo! So you're pressing overhead, you're almost done. Halfway. Arms so strong. So we go heavy into the arms. You had a superset, 2 different exercise sets, and triceps on purpose, and then we superset the legs to finish. Halfway. So just like usual, we've only scratched the surface with different things. Aim the tailbone down to the floor as you're coming into those dips. Scissor or climbers. With what we can do on that Bosu, to be continued, but from here, flat side up, over to the wall once again. That's how we'll finish. Halfway. All right, team, 5. Hands to your wall. Now, with that, we finish strong, right leg first. You take your right foot, find the center of Bosu, come up, find your balance. You can use the wall, squat down up. That wobble, that little bit of unsteadiness is so good for you. And switch. Now, those of you who know me, know it is not normal for me to let you switch legs, but I want to pay attention to your feet. So if this is your first time playing on the flat side of your Bosu, we're going to go back and forth just so that we have that benefit. So the first 2 are separated, and our final will be together. Make sure you can wiggle the toes in that left foot. Now you go to your right leg for a deadlift. Now as you come into that deadlift, you come down, your right leg is straight, you come down to the Bosu and lift up. All right, team, switch it. Find your balance on that left foot. Now for round 2, I'm going to let you go back and forth once again. But if you want to stay on your right leg, you would do right squat, right deadlift, then left squat, left deadlift. That's how we're going to finish our 3rd and final set. If you want to continue going back and forth, you'll just stick with me. All right, team, right leg, back to that squat. Find your balance. Almost there, friends. Come on, legs. If you don't have a Bosu, you're on the floor doing the same thing. Even if you have a bench, if you elevate yourself on the bench, it's more balance and switch. Left leg squat. Being elevated on something gives you that progress with that different balance challenge visually. So intentional, if you want to do the same thing up on top of your bench, you'll get a little bit more forward balance stability work. Come all the way up here. And right leg deadlift. Steady the Bosu, down and up. Again, I could make that small. I could hold on to a wall. All right, team, switch it, left leg. Bottom of the second. Follow my lead. All of this, if I wanted to do 2 legs on top of the Bosu, I could challenge myself first. Do 2 legs, some find that balance-wise, the 2 legs to get up there is harder than the 1. So again, that's going to be such an individual feeling for each person. You could always use 2 legs. All right, now here's our double set. So we go to that right leg, squat down. So we will stay on our right leg for that deadlift. Strong and tight every time you come up. And deadlift. If you need to come off, find your balance, go for it. And left leg superset, bottom of the third. So we start with the squat on the left. Now, we are going to take it on our finish. We're going to just do a set of push-ups into burpees. Now, I'll show you 2 different options for that, and then that's the last set. That's how we say goodbye. And deadlift. If you're not feeling it, I totally get it. So you choose. Now when we come into our push-ups, if you want to hold a plank, you could also squat on top of your apparatus instead. All right, team, let's go. So you're in that push-up position. So you could, if you want, you could bring it up to your mat so that you can have your knees down on the mat if you want, or on your toes. Now, our burpees are a little bit different today. You're going to pick up your Bosu. Don't jump when you come up, and then we'll bring it back down into plank. As you do that, you can also stay upright. So watch. I come up, lift the Bosu. Set it down, hop back. Come up, lift the Bosu, set it down. Step or hop back. Or I could stay right here. So if I don't want to come down, I can press overhead. Woo. 10 seconds. And push-ups. Run away, run away, run away. strong. 15 seconds. Let me take you. Good work, team. So close. Almost there. 8 little seconds. So we have the same option. That burpee with that press up. Here we go. Or you stay with just that press overhead. Watch your back, watch your back. Oh, hey, Lisa. So good to see you. Give your legs a little pep talk, Lisa. And push-ups, last set, team. Ooh. I did do an hour of no chat. I mean, I was chatting. I was chatting, me, myself, and I. Mine too. We were talking about that this morning. The legs about a week. All right, team, get it. Woo. So Lisa, is this the conference that you usually travel for? So different. 15. I'm glad you get to do it later. In it together. I'll be rooting for you and Marty doing it later. So 10. I'll be chaperoning date night with Ben and Baby. So and cut. Woo! Now from here, just to cool it down, bring it back onto your back, on your Bosu or on your mat, and then pull straight up. Now we're just using this to settle that heart rate after the burpees. The pulse is so tiny, don't wrench on the neck. Right here. And side to side. I thought you meant me. You're looking professional on the top now. That's one advantage, right? That's one advantage to these Zoom conferences. I know my fitness conference, it's in, I think July or August. Last year was in August, and I did it remote. And it's remote again. I'm on the fence. I'm trying to decide if I want to do it. And straight up. We'll see. We had quite a few glitches last year, but I bet it'll be a lot better this year. Yeah. What do you mean, Lisa? This doesn't look professional? I'm not office ready, for sure. Even if you could get away with the shirt, you couldn't get away with the hair. Side to side. 20 little seconds. So we're to our final round, team. When we come into that center crunch, I want you to think about letting the heart settle the rest of the way down. Thanks, Lisa. I'm just hoping the Bosu is kind to your feet and pull straight up. Remember that the flat side is a little bit better on the foot generally than the bubble side. So anything that we did on the flat side you could do, or on the bubble side you could do on the flat. 15 seconds. Ooh. And side to side. Yes. Gotta save those. Especially, I feel like all our lunges. Everything's feeling this. All the knees, the quads, the hamstrings. All extra love. See if you can lift up a little higher. 5. And time. Good work, team. All right, friends, go ahead and come come up, you're gonna take your right foot on top of the Bosu. So once you do that, you hinge forward, pull those hips back. So as you pull the hip back, you're trying to intentionally, so the hip wants to slide forward, pull that right glute to your back wall. And then switch. So the elevation of your bench or your Bosu is going to allow you to deepen that stretch, not only of the gastrocnemius, soleus, but also that hamstring. Forgot I used my phone today, so it's not gonna repeat. Now come up nice and tall. Now if you have a wall close to you, it'll help to use your wall. You're going to take your right foot, get it as lifted as you can, so as perpendicular to the floor as you can, and then lean in. So again, you can use a wall to stabilize. You're trying to get your hip over the toes. That should feel like a deep stretch into your calf, soleus, into your Achilles. Those are tight. So in that position, if you roll from your big toe to your pinky toe, you can find where you're a little tighter, and then switch. Take that left foot, get it as perpendicular to the floor as you can, and then lean in. Inhale. I think my puppies have been outside this whole time. I left the door open so they could come and go. So funny. And come away from your Bosu. Now from there, dangle the arms. Release the head, neck, and shoulders. So whatever tension you have in the back of the neck, muscles in the face and the jaw, let it go. Now, before you roll up, think about whatever mental, emotional, physical stress you don't need to carry away from your workout space today. Whether that's a comment, judgment, guilt, shame, leave it here. And then slowly roll up, squeeze your bottom. Pull your belly button in. Roll your shoulders back and down. Stand nice and tall. Take a big breath in. And exhale. Give yourselves a big hand. Happy Wednesday, you guys. Thank you so much for doing the Bosu work with me. Again, like I said, even if you don't have a Bosu, you should find that you can work that challenge, whether it's on a bench, whether it's using different instability tools. If there's something you have at home and you don't know how to use it, send it my way. I love creating. So feel the freedom to do that. And just remember, I am so impressed that you show up, especially that you show up live. It helps. Like that's for sure. I feel like there are days that it might be easier to skip it, but yes, pep talk for the legs. Although I don't know, you'd have to ask others, but my arms are tired too, but everything's just already tired because it's Wednesday. So everything felt nice and warm in the midst of the work. But I think mainly, at least we only did everything for 30 seconds. So that's the only saving grace. But I will say that with the Bosu, the change of being able to use that in some different ways will definitely help. And I feel like, Lisa, you probably feel the same way, but when you work on the flat side, it does help. So turning it over, you have that balance work, but it's not the foot gripping that I think sometimes if you're having ligament issues in your toes into your arch, that the bubble side bothers my feet more than the flat side, but everybody's different. So it's so funny because we were working, we have the suspended floors inside the gym and then we have the turf outside, and some people love the turf and some people the suspend, like one or the other serves your body best. And it's just, we're all so different. Yes. And it's it breaks up. You don't have to do it all. So Lisa, if you only have a little chunk of time in between your conference, they're all like 3-minute bits per back and forth. So it's an easy one to break down, and you won't be alone. Marnie's doing it later. I think there's a couple people jumping in this afternoon. So like I said, I do school pickup today, and then I'm hosting the teenagers. So I have to stay visible. So it's a whole new time, parenting a whole new age at this point in my life. So got to stay on it. Yes, it's super fun. And there's different challenges to all ages. I know those of you who have little kiddos and things climbing all over you, that's stressful. And there's a lot that's easier when they're older, but then some things I'm like, don't let anything happen on my watch. Yes, and it's boxing arms. I can say that with confidence today, Lisa. The last few times I've said it with a question mark on the end, but it is for sure cardio boxing arms. And I have to say, Lisa, that after our session last night, I had to ask Ben, I'm like, when did Pop leave community? And he said his name, like Mom. His name isn't Pop. And so I was like, okay. But he thought you were so cool to know that. That's how you get points with the teenager. But anyway, I love you guys. Have a great rest of the day. Enjoy this beautiful sun for the minute that we have it. And I'm super proud of you, Lisa, for jumping in and doing it with Marnie later. So that gives you extra gold stars in my book. Have a great afternoon. Love you and see you tomorrow.